Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I just have another Yu-Gi-Oh mail opening video, and today we have a lot of retro stuff to open. I mentioned this one in my last mail opening, but it took over a week for the second retro bundle that I planned to feature in this video to even be dispatched, which is not so good. I was having terrible feelings that this was not actually going to arrive. It has now come along, so we are ready to finally open some of these, which have been waiting for well over a week now. So first of all, we have a retro bundle. I have absolutely no idea what this is. This is literally just cards from the start of Yu-Gi-Oh! I literally just took a blind punt on this parcel on, what is in it, on what original cards are in there. There was nothing outstanding pictured. But we also have this, which is a nice relic from the start of the game as well, which is going to, spice that up if that bundle is a little bit disappointing. We also have this, which is retro styled, but it is a modern card. You can see there's a little hole in it there, through which I managed to work out that it is the heart of the BlueEyes card I've been waiting for, because I basically moved the card to the hole, and well, you can see it probably says Millennium at the top there. Pretty sure I saw heart of the BlueEyes in quotation, like quotation marks HE. So yeah, that's what that is. And we have a character deck card here that we'll be getting to as well. And finally, we have another retro bundle. This is really cool. So very glad that that's actually turned up. But we are going to be starting matters with this completely blind retro bundle. So let's get into it and see what we got. There are 100 cards in this bundle, I think. We know there are some commons like Summoned Skull, etc. Part of my, well, there he is. Part of my motivation to get this was to build our character deck pool, if possible. That's something that's been on my mind recently. It's probably going to result in me spending a lot of money on bundles that I don't really need to spend to get a very small amount of cards that are actually any use. I've also been thinking recently about bundling up, SDY cards and stuff like that. People seem to do that on eBay. I don't know if there's any money in it, but it's worth a try, isn't it? It gets some of your bulk used. This was only £6 for the bundle, and at that point, I'm willing to do it just for the content, just to see what we get. So, first of all, we have the SDY Common Summoned Skull. Very nice. We have the Thousand Dragon DB2. Got Koribo from Starter Deck Yu-Gi Evolution. Z Metal Tank. Gazelle, King of Mythical Beasts from Yu-Gi Evolution. We got the Flame Swordsman from SDJ. We got Giant Soldier of Stone from Yu-Gi Evolution. I'm going to stop doing the voice now. We got Winged Dragon Guardian, the Fortress #1 from SYE Yu-Gi Evolution again. Kind of the forgotten mascot of Yu-Gi. I feel like this guy just got abandoned at a certain point. We got Y Dragonhead to go with the Z Metal Tank. Can we get the full set? We got a Metal Raiders Sagi the Dark Clown. Now, from the printing, this looks to me like this was Legendary Collection reprint. It's a very bright printing. That kind of happened quite often with that set. We got Metal Raiders Baby Dragon. A Little Wingard from YSDJ. We got a Luster Dragon 2 from Kaiba Revolution. Gaia Kateno Megami from SDK. Mystic Horseman from SDK. We got Lord of D from SKE. That rhymed. Rabid Horseman from Metal Raiders. There was no holos advertised or mentioned in the listing, so I'm not expecting any. If we see any, I count that as a win. We got a First Ed Urabi from LOB. We got an SDJ Swordsman of Landstar. Mystic Horseman again, this time from Metal Raiders. We got a Flame Manipulator from SDJ. We got Wing Weaver. She was so cool back in the day. If you didn't have blue eyes. Gaia Kateno Megami. Again, Lord of D again. Metal Raiders Ryukushin powered. SKE Ryukushin powered. Izzy Metal Tank. That's 2. We need the X-Head Cannon. We got V Tiger Jet. You don't belong here. You're not original series. We got another one from Elemental Energy and another one from DP2. What the hell just happened? We got a W-Wing Catapult from EEN, a W-Wing Catapult from EEN, a VW Tiger Catapult from Elemental Energy, Wingbeat of Giant Dragon, Vile Germs, the Lightning Blade, YSDJ, Dark Snake Syndrome, Dragon Treasure, Mountain, Timidity, Frontline Base. We got Ring of Magnetism, Card Shuffle, Dying Keto the Cube Master, Loot of Summoning Dragon, Flute of Summoning Dragon, Dark Magic Attack, a White Dragon Ritual, and a Super Rejuvenation. Interesting. Honestly, these cards are... A lot of these cards are a little bit later on than I might have expected. We've got Card of Safe Return on the front of this one. Card of Safe Return. Heavy Storm. Not bad to have around for the character deck pool. Lightning Vortex. Mystical Space Typhoon. Monster Reincarnation. Dimensional Fissure. Creature Swap. Nobleman of Crossout. Call of the Mummy. Different Dimension Capsule. Magical Mallet. That's nice. It's a really good card if you can find a character deck who played it. Chaz, Leo, anyone like that. Salvage. Nightmare Steel Cage. Limiter Removal. Kaiser Colosseum. Okay, that could be useful one day. Defusion. Soul Release. Burst Breath. Dragon's Rage. D-Tribe. Collected Power. Tornado Wall. Threatening Roar. In the original First Ed Flaming Eternity, you can see the kind of whiteness of the printing that was until that's First Ed FET. Reinforcements. Nice bend in the bottom corner. Labyrinth of Nightmare. Cursed Seal of the Forbidden Spell recently got itself a QCR, which it definitely needed. Grave Robber's Retribution. Order to Smash. Formation Union. Rollout. Eye of Truth. Emperor's Holiday. Prepare to Strike Back. Ready for Intercepting. Blasting the Ruins. Wow. Exhausting Spell. Archfiend's Roar. This was actually not a cheap card at one time. Desert Sunlight. For common anyway. Door of Fate. Micro Ray. Trap Jammer. That's useful because we recently said that every character in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX can use Trap Jammer in a character deck. Begone Knave. Good Goblin Housekeeping. Love that card. Call of the Haunted. Rivalry of Warlords. Wow. Ultimate Offering. Ray of Hope. Judgment of the Desert. Beckoning Light. And Dark Coffin. So that's everything for that bundle. I'll be honest. Like I said, that was... I mean, we started off like original series, but we moved into like slightly later on, like Battle City kind of time. Very quickly there. Kind of expected those cards to be a bit older. And we saw no holos, of course, but we didn't really expect to. Just kind of would have been nice. So now, as I say, we're going to open this original series card. One of Freddy's hairs there. To jazz up that bundle, let's pretend this was in that bundle. Now, this is something I've wanted for many years. Well, since childhood, really. Of course, they aren't particularly cheap nowadays. Now, I didn't get this particularly cheap either, although I quite often stick bids on for them and then don't win them. It's very well packaged. Like, we got a top loader in there, wrapped in bubble wrap, and then a bubble mailer. It's really well protected. Yeah, I didn't get this for a particularly good price, but it wasn't a bad one either. I definitely saved a few pounds, and it is in really good condition by the looks of it. So, although you are obviously taking a bit of a punt on anything on eBay, really, you're starting to see what we're putting down here. It is my very first, at long last, my very first. If I can get all this tape off and stuff, wow. SDK Blue-eyes White Dragon. Here it is. No sleeve in the top loader. That's interesting after all that effort. Well, let's take a look at him. It looks in really good condition. As I say, I wasn't planning to go out and suddenly actually buy one for near its full value, but I mean, it does have surface scratching and stuff like that, but it just looks like it's aged, you know? It's just patina from the age of the card. There's no big bends or anything like that. I think this is very beautiful. I paid around £11 for this copy of Blue-eyes. I think they're currently around 15, depending on the condition, obviously. Very beautiful. This is my favourite Blue-eyes artwork. Call it nostalgia, call it what you want. It's my favourite. I was really happy when they reprinted it in the Megatins back in 2015. I got 3 of those. I actually got them really quickly. Me and my friend bought a Megatin. I had 1. He gave me his, and then some other guy came over and gave me theirs. Job done. That was nice and quick. Next up, we have another card. Very thematic. As I mentioned it earlier on, based on a BlueEyes in very terrible condition, actually. One that had been ripped in half, of course. Hopefully one that's in good condition, though, because we already had one of these arrive in a previous mail opening that had a weird mark through the text box. It is Heart of the BlueEyes for my Millennium deck. Now, it's kind of hard to tell because this is the most heavily used top loader I've ever seen. Look at the state of this. It's kind of hard to tell the condition from there, so we're going to have to try and get into this without touching it too much because it's filthy. See what we're working with. I've never seen a top loader in this bad a condition. The sleeve is manky as well, of course. Let's just take you all the way out. But the card looks pristine. That looks really nice. Look at that. Beautiful. And that's the third copy. Although, as I say, we have the one that has the weird, it's kind of like a scratch. It looks almost like a hair through the text box. And get this open. It's a bit of a shame. It was on one of my previous mail openings. It really kind of sucks, but I don't know if I'm going to bother replacing it. The price on this seems to have stabilized now, back down to like 5 as opposed to like 8. I mentioned on the opening of the first one that I was trying to get them as cheap as possible. I try and do everything on the cheap. But yeah, we have 2 beautiful Blue-Eyes White Dragons there, with a big hunk of glare on them as well. Lovely piece of Yu-Gi-Oh here, past and present, just before BlueEyes gets the support in the near future. Yeah, absolutely lovely. Great to see you guys. We're doing the next one-off card. This is for a character deck. This is from my Bandit Keith character deck, the profile of which is probably out now, and if not, it'll be out soon. I just filmed it last night as of filming this. I recently decided to introduce the Lost Art Barrel Dragon, which you could also see in one of my previous mail openings, into the deck because it's just a bit more anime, and I decided I needed to get the ultra rare Blowback Dragon because unfortunately this didn't get a Lost Art, despite the fact that like this is the artwork on like Dueling Nexus, like the gun artwork, the original artwork. You can't actually get this one on Dueling Book, should I say. God, remember Dueling Nexus? Yeah, so this didn't get a Lost Art despite all the ones that really didn't deserve it, but it is an ultra rare, and I think it, you know, it just matches the Lost Art Barrel Dragon better, that they're in the same rarity. It's, you know, it's slightly played, but this was only £3 at the end of the day, and I think that's a pretty good price. It's always nice to have nice retro cards. You can see its age and everything, but it's not a big deal. It was £3. It was the cheapest one on eBay. It was £3.50. I chucked it in my watch box. It sent me an offer for £3 and I took it. I don't think there was any on Card Market, or at least there weren't £3, you know? So yeah, we picked that up for Keith. A few other alterations we want to do for Keith today before I go down to locals tonight. And finally, as I mentioned, after a long wait, we have this bundle. Oh, hold on. This isn't the bundle I thought it was. Archfiend of Gilfer. Huh. Oh, okay. Well, now you know what the next mail opening's going to be on. A very late to arrive bundle, and then probably this. We'll save that. We won't bother opening that on this video then, because, you know, it doesn't really suit the retro vibe. Well, that was a bit of a flat ending, but we still got the Blowback Dragon, we still got the Heart of the Blue-Eyes, we still got the SDK Blue-Eyes. So really cool mail day here. Stay tuned for the next mail opening, I suppose. And if you enjoyed this, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the DSW Tabletop playlist in the end screen for more. And I really do appreciate you guys joining me, so thank you all for watching, and goodbye.